Di ba dami ito, maganda to? Puro ka dyan. Ganito lang yan. In 84, pumasok po ako bilang isang artista at nagawa ko ang pelikulang Bagets. And naging napakaganda po ng pasok ko sa industriya. Pagkatapos ng Hot Shots, Campus Beat, and then lahat nun, bumagsak na ako. Sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, in 84, 85, 86, I was there. By first time I was 14 years old, 15, 16. And then, ito na, bilang binata na nakaramdam ng kasikatan, ako po ay nagrebelde. Kala ko walang katapusan ng buhay noon, ang pag-aartista hanggang sa ako'y nawala. So I was doing movies left and right. So lang, Regal was there, of course, si Mother Lee was helping me out. And ang nag-handle po ng mga press ko naman si Tita Ethel all the time. And pinaka-ayokong gawin sa buhay ko noon ay umattend ng press con. In that time, in the 80s, late 80s, until si Tita Ethel would always tell me, ano ka ba? Dumating ka pa, di ba? Dumating ka pa, gano'n yun. Kasi dumating ako parang patapos lang. Or sometimes, most of the time, hindi po ako dumarating. So fast forward po in 1990, and made a big decision in my life, and I said, parang hindi ako ito lang. Parang I'm bigger than what I am at that point. And I met God. I met our Father, and this is what happened. Tita Ethel Ramos ay pinatawag po ng tatay ko. Pumunta po sa bahay namin yan sa New York, Papa, sa New York, Cubao. Pumunta siya doon. Sabi, Aga, sabi ng Papa ko, eto ang kailangan mo, Ethel Ramos. Ganun ka, 19, 20 years old, like, press con, ano mangyayari sa akin dyan, di ba? Parang, ganyan, eto ang kailangan mo, ganyan, because your career is wala na, and ganyan. So long story short, hindi ko maintindihan. I even told Tita Ethel, kasi naiinis ako sa tatay ko pag pinapakialaman ako at that time. And, di ba, parang gano'n, pag bata ka, nakikilang magulong, parang naiinis ka. Anyway, sinabi ko sa kanya, Tita Ethel, pwede po ba tayong mag-meet bukas po? Sa Bistro Lorenzo. Sa bistro. Sabi niya, nakaupo na siya. Okay, sige. I'll be there 1 o'clock. If you're 1 minute late, forget about it. So I was so sure. So I made sure. Kasi sabi niya, alam niya na late ako. So, dumating ako alauna, nag-usap kami hanggang gabi. Ito lang ang pinag-usapan namin. Marami, pero sinabi niya lang, itong tanong na to talaga, hindi ko makakalimutan. Ang tinanong niya sa akin, after all, mga kwento namin, sabi niya, are you ready for the big time? Yan lang niya sa akin yun. And I'm like, anong ibig sabihin mo, are you ready for the big time? Who doesn't want to be big time? Like, of course, do you know what it entails to be in that league? Whatever it is, I'm ready for it. So it started just like that. And I would say, again, the rest, I guess, is history. Ngayon ko lang na-realize how big she is and she was. Because the whole time, she covered me. She shielded me from everything, from what was happening. Tita Ethel and I had this relationship that no one will ever know. What we talked about all the time, what we would talk about, how we would plan things, lahat ng sakit, dinaanan ko dyan. Ang hirap kung paano niya ako minolde talaga dahil matigas ang ulo ko talaga. But I had aspirations, I had big dreams, and she saw that in me. Minolde niya talaga ako. It was really hard for me, but I saw results. I was seeing results every year. I was just getting, if I may humbly say, parang I was just making it big, really big. And she said, Aga, we're going for the big time, all the way. Ganun kami gusto niyan. But I did realize that she really shielded me from all of you. Kasi hindi ko, nagulat ako na, sa totoo wala, akala ko ako lang nasa buhay niya. Ang dami niya palang nasa buhay niya talaga. Akala ko the whole time it was just me because every time we talk, it was just about me and no one else. She wouldn't tell me what's happening sa personal niya, sa buhay niya. But we saved. we worked hard. She wanted me to save and save and save. Because ang point niya is, Aga, one day you'll get old and you're gonna be tired. Pag wala kang pera, you cannot say no to work. And so hanggang ngayon naalala ko yan kasi the past years na pagpagod ka na nga, yun na nga, nakakahindi ka dahil puto-puto yung sinasabi ko dahil sa lahat ng tulong na naigawa niya para sa akin. I am forever grateful. Whoever I am, whatever I have, my wife, my kids, is all because of Tita Ed. That's true. I worked, I did. But she was my wings talaga. She did it for me. Parang, but it was hard. Ang hirap para sa akin nung una. When I was younger, but when I got older, that's when I realized, my goodness, so selfless. All she thought was just about me. Puro sa akin lang. Paano ako sisikat, paano ako yayaman, paano ako titino, at para makahanap ng napakahusay at napakabait na asawa. You know, and really, if not for Tita Ethel talaga, sinasabi nga na iba, hindi aga, you worked also, ikaw yun. Yeah, ako yun ang katrabaho, but kung walang guidance niya, wala na ako talaga, wala na rin. So, I owe it to you, Tita Ethel, I refused to see her in their last years, you know. Parang, my wife would always tell me, hey, go visit. Sabi ko, parang, it'll be hard for you guys to understand what we had for the 30 plus years together. Oh my goodness. When I saw her, one picture, when it came out, I was like, what the, anong nangyari, di ba? Parang gano'n. But why? I questioned for one time, why? And then, ang ganda na sinabi ni Ed kanina, you know, she did not suffer really. Binigyan siya ng pagkakataon ng Panginoon na para mag-settle down, para makita ng lahat ng tao, para mapuntahan siya, mabisita isa-isa. Tita Chit, you're awesome. Thank you very much also. You did so much for me. And Tita Ethel, Tita Len, yes. Of course, sa iyo magkakapalit. Tita Nel, salamat din sa iyo, sa mga anak mo, kay Farah, kay Patty, mga pamangkin Makmak, si Joe, lahat kayo, no? Si Tita Ethel would always tell me all the time, lahat na kinikita namin, lahat na kikitain niya, ang iniisip niya parati mga pamangkin niya. It's all about you guys. Puro sa inyo yan. Sa inyo yan. Lahat ng naipunda rin niya, kasi wala naman siya pamilya, kundi kayo mga anak niya, mga pamangkin niya. Sobra. Lani, I wanna thank you also, and Senator Bong. Maraming salamat sa mga panahon na wala ako, hindi kayo tumigil, nandun kayo. Pasensya na kayo sa kahinaan ko. But, Tita Ethel knows, you know, our secrets, alam namin lahat yan. Pati kay FPJ, Tita Aster, kung hindi, nasabi sa akin yun.
Alam ko walang
lahat.
sinabi yan.
Ako rin naman lahat ng sikreto ko, alam niya. Wala na, tahimik. Salamat, Tita Ethel, for the protection. At sa inyong lahat, maraming salamat. I just want to end this right. Sinabi sa akin, Tita Ethel, bago mag-pandemya, you're okay na aga. Parang kaya mo na. Fly, you know, fly. But Tita Ethel, sabi ko, you will always be my nanay, you know. I will always be here. And I've always been there. One thing I can really say sa inyo lahat is I loved her when she was alive. I loved her when she needed it. I gave her the respect that she deserved. And she did the same to me and for me. So, Tita Ethel, there's nothing really I can say, but maraming salamat. It says sa inyong lahat, she loved all of you. All she did was give and give and give and give. So Ethel, rest. You rest in peace really. Pagdasal mo na lang kami lahat dito. We're okay naman. So again, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Thank you. Thank you, Patty, Farah, pag-aasikas ng Mac. Salamat. And, ito rin. That's it. Relax lang. Hindi ko ako mawala sa inyo. Ito boy, sa inyong lahat, magkakapatid, dito lang po ako. Pero kasi natur muna tayo. Sabihin tayo, aga, ipunin mo na yung pera mo. Pero yun eh. So yun na po, maraming sabi, Ian pa rin niya, sabi, ayun. Oh. Ayun. So hindi ako nakaiyak. Salamat. Thank you very much. Parang pakanalan natin si Tita Ethel, please. Salamat. Kaya maraming salamat. Thank you.